I guess I can go live. I was just going to sit here and keep chatting with you guys about random food crap in the chat. Random food crap and whatever. I've been horrible with words today. I missed my nap. I've been on this whole nonstop brainstorming positive changes to make on the channel and Patreon stuff, like so much stuff, and I couldn't sleep, and now my brain is fried. Like, this ought to be interesting tonight. Welcome. Tonight we are working on a leather coral. Oh, I didn't even check for, oh my gosh, I'm glad that Nick posted that. I'm not even checking to make sure audio is up. Seriously, it's going to be one of those nights. But for tonight, we are going to be working on a coral. We've got a leather coral here. Let me pull that up so you guys can actually see it. I don't even know where the screen is. There we go. So we are working on this coral down here, and hopefully we'll get him finished and some other stuff started. I'm not sure what we're going to be putting in this area. So let's see. Oh my gosh. Joseph is having flash flood tornado warnings in his area. Let's hope I don't lose interwebs. Oh my gosh. Let's hope you don't lose anything. That's terrifying. That sounds more like something you'd see from Texas, not from, so fingers crossed for you. Let's see. So these live streams, just as a quick little warning, if you're new here, these are not just, it's not really an art tutorial. If you're looking for actual like art lessons, that is what Patreon is for. For as little as $4 a month, you get access to all of my longer tutorials. Little quick update announcement thing too. There's new tiers. You guys have asked for new tiers. They're there now. Like, we actually have 2 new tiers for Patreon. It's been 7 years since I updated or added tiers. I've added rewards to previous tiers, but since I like actually added new tiers, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'll be making a separate video. I'm waiting for some of the items. I've got stickers and greeting cards coming for the top tier. So once those get here, I'll make a full like video announcement going over all the different stuff with Patreon. So that is coming. I'm really excited about it. But anyway, moral of that story, besides my serious excitement for that finally going live, is if you're looking for just lessons, that is going to be over on Patreon. I work in multiple mediums. I am working digital tonight. I don't typically do digital on Patreon. There are a couple there, but not too often. Normally it's acrylics, colored pencil, graphite, charcoal, oil paint. Like, there's more traditional mediums is what you're typically, I already can't talk. This is not starting out well. What you're going to see for me over there. But tonight, this is my chance that I get to hang out with you guys and we just chat, and I'm not, I don't, if you've ever emailed me, you know I probably don't. Yeah, why am I not getting notifications? I don't get back to emails very often, if at all. Yeah, it's bad. So this is my chance to get to talk to you guys, answer any questions you have, and there we go. Rob, welcome. Rob has been keeping me semi-accountable on my timing on sending out. So Rob, he's in the chat if you're not sure. He won the first giveaway that we did. I haven't sent it to him yet. I sent other ones. His hadn't been varnished and didn't know it, so I varnished it, and then it's just been sitting on my desk. It's in a package today. It's actually down there, label printed and everything. So that is going out. 2 other ones, I varnished it. I'm actually getting caught up, and you guys, I think there's 4 of you total, including Rob, who are waiting for your giveaway paintings. You can thank Rob that they're finally going to be going out. Okay, let's see. We are good. Okay. So yeah, and Subscribestar, I have not updated the tiers on Subscribestar yet. That platform's a little bit weird it's kind of a little bit more complicated. I've got to spend a little bit more time over there. So that will be coming, but for now, that is the stuff. Okay, let's see. Now, coral. Let's turn on my fancy little remote control, and we will zoom into this coral over here. There we go. We're going to zoom in a lot more. Looks better when it's zoomed out. Typical. Move some stuff around. Really zoom in so we can get a lot of details. I'm also trying something a little bit different tonight. I am sitting on a chair instead of my ball, so we'll see if my back tolerates this. I may have to readjust later. My back is already a little bit angry, but we will see. Actually, I probably don't need this right now. 1 second. Do I need this? No, but that is just an email, I believe, from Josh's Frogs. Yep. Okay. I have tea tonight. Blueberry and green tea. Okay. How many times can I say okay? Let's see. So I'm going to adjust the color a little bit. I'm going to match it to some of these where I'm not quite getting it as warm as I would like it. And we're going to switch my brushes up a bit. Actually, I want to go with a base layer on some of this. That should work. Let's get that base. I think this was the base layer on him. Make sure everything is where I want it. I've been doing the color. One of the new rewards for Patreon is the coloring pages, and they're the same ones I'm using for like my TikTok and YouTube short videos, the outline. So I have been, all my settings right now on the tablet are set for that. No one cares. I don't know why I'm telling you that story. So I wanted to get a little bit more warmth in here, so you can see we've got this kind of brownish orange, not too bright. And this is really helpful if you are painting in any medium and you're having a hard time, you're like, I'm just not seeing what that color is. Do what I just did there. I took this just as a paint tip and use the eyedropper tool, and it shows me right in here where that would really fall. So it's kind of a grayish tone, so I know I need some black and white, and it's an orangey brown tone. So I'm going to pull a little bit of orange, a lot of gray into it, and that's really the color that I'm going with here. It's an easy tool to help you learn your colors better. If you are struggling with color, you can just, in here, I'm just being lazy. I didn't want to figure it out, so I just double checked right there. I can touch here like, oh look, now we're a bluish gray. So you can use that tool to figure out what color it is. So let's say you're working in colored pencil and you're like, I just can't tell what that color is. And I've had that happen on times, and I'm pretty good with color. But occasionally, there was a bear I did recently where the shadow, I was doing it too purple. It needed to be a very gray tone, and I was, for whatever reason, missing it. Did it on the color picker, and it made it so easy to tell what color I really needed. Okay, so that's actually not the color I need now. We need to go back to where we were. Cancel that. I just want to pull more of this back through here. I've gotten so much practice on this tablet lately, though, doing all of the line art for the colored pencil stuff, or not colored pencil, the coloring books. So hopefully things will start going faster when I do these. Because if you were here on day one of this, I hadn't worked digitally in a long time. Oh my gosh, was I slow. Colorblind, can't even see all the colors. Oh, that'll do it. Black and white. Focus on your values. It matters more anyway. Monica said, hey, big sis, take your advice and drew a rose for my sweetheart for our anniversary today. Mom always said to listen to your big sis. Aw. Did you post it? I want to see how it came out. I'm glad you're getting back to your art. I'm going to darken that a little. Actually, let's look at here. Like this grayish, it's kind of a grayish blue color. Look, it's not even that grayish blue. When I actually touched it, it's more of a little bit of red into a gray. So it's not even what I thought it would be. So I'm just doing a little bit more with the shading. Hi, Alicia. Okay, let's see. What's the darkest in there? It's that same color. I'm actually a little bit darker. I'm going to leave mine dark. Yeah, I want to go that, but darker. I like the contrast. I don't even know what some of these lines, was it this? I need to erase some of this. What is going on here? I don't know what you're supposed to be. But there are some seriously messy lines in here. Let's just clean some of those up. Okay, that's probably good enough. So yeah, story time. I'm working tonight on my new schedule, and I'm going to actually stick to a schedule. If you have been around for very long, you know I used to be on a really strict schedule. I had 5 videos a week. It's going to be a little bit harder now to do more because I am doing 2 live streams a week. But I used to do more, and it was like on a set schedule. Every Wednesday I had a certain type of video. Tuesdays had, Tuesdays were critiques. I'm not going back to those. Those will still be on live streams. But Tuesdays were critiques. I had Wednesdays was like a art lesson or a speed painting. I had, what was Thursday? Thursday was, I think it was just an art tip. I don't even remember, or social media tip. I don't even remember what Thursday was. Friday was something else. Like every day of the week pretty much had something very specific. And I stuck with it. Well, when I got sick and I ended up in the hospital in, when was that? 2017. I just never got back to that schedule. When I did, you know, I got better, but I just never got back to it. It's like once you got out of the habit, kind of like if you've been going to the gym every day and you get sick, getting back in the habit of going every day is very, very hard. It was kind of the same thing. Because then it took me, God, 6 months to heal to where I was even remotely back to normal. But yeah, it was a really long process. So fixing some of the stuff that's messy here, just erasing some stuff. But yeah. Oh, no, not you. Come back. So anyway, I never really, I mean, I've made schedules, but I never really stuck with it. I am fixing stuff. I'm working on that when this live stream is over. I'm going to be scheduling I'll let you guys know what days, what videos are going up. But my plan at this point, I have a video going up tomorrow. I'm actually really excited about this. And I'd like to do more of them, but I don't know. So let me know what you think here. I have a video coming up that is, one of you guys sent me a really cool video of the problem that she was having. Megan sent me this, what she was having a problem with. I can't talk. I'm really tired. I've worked so much lately. I really need a day off, but I don't have time. So anyway, she sent me a video showing me the problem that she was having with a rake brush. And once I could see what was going wrong, I was like, oh, this is such an easy fix. I can find 3 solutions right now. So tomorrow I will be releasing that, and it has the video of her showing what she's doing. And I'm so grateful she did this. It's so cool. She did such a great job, like showing me what the problem was. And so we're going to be doing that one, and then I'm going to solve that problem, like show you how to fix the problem. It's super easy. And it's probably, if one person's having the problem, you know other people are having that same problem. So I'm thinking I'm going to open a Lachri help desk, I think I'll call it, on my website, where you can submit if like videos of you're having a problem with a certain tool, or blending isn't going right, or whatever it is. The only thing is it has to be very specific, like a single problem, a single brush that you're having a problem with, a single technique you're having a problem with in order to make this work. And I don't know how many there would be for that, but I think I'm going to open that as an option that people can submit stuff that might work for that video, or that type of video. So that was going to be one thing. I don't know how often, like it depends on how many people submit stuff, how often they could do a video like that. I'm going to change my it used to be Wednesday videos. I don't know what they're going to be now. I've got to pick days for everything. I'm sitting on my microphone, but I want to figure out or change. So my normal, seriously, my brain is not here. It is fried from tiredness. I need more tea. Hold on. Tea break. Okay. So I think I put too much honey in that one. That was really sweet. So my regular art lesson video type thing, that is going to shift and be more, which one are you? It's going to focus around, it'll still be the time lapse, the speed of the whole painting start to finish, and I'll still be giving tips. But what I want to do now is focus on one single thing. Like the video that I recorded the intro for that I'll be doing this week or maybe that's next week. Whenever I get started on this, I'm starting recording them now, but once it goes live, it will be focusing on values and why values makes the difference in the art, and talking a bit about that. So it'll be a little bit more centralized around a single subject along with that painting that week. So Patreon videos, those stay the same. But for like the YouTube aspect of it, I want to focus on specific topics within that art piece. Because I don't think many people are doing a search for orangutan acrylic painting. What if instead we focused on painting fur? Like just really, that's the whole thing we talked about. The whole painting you'll see, but really focused on something more specific. That's probably not the best example, but yeah, so that was one video. I've been writing down, I've been brainstorming since Saturday night. Was it Saturday, Friday day? Oh God, I'm tired. One of those nights I sat down and just brainstormed everything. And I came up with so many ideas I'm super excited about now. So yeah, hopefully I should this week be able to, this week or next week, I'll announce what the new upload schedule will be. But I want at least 2 videos a week. Right now I'm hit or miss on 1 a week on top of the live stream. So I want the 2 live streams and at least 2 edited videos is the plan. And then of course the YouTube Shorts videos that are going up. So those I've been having a lot of fun making because they're pretty quick to do. Not really. The line art takes a while, but I can use those. They double as coloring pages for Patreon. So that's a bonus. But yeah, that is what's going on over here and some of the changes I'm making that I'm pretty excited about. Probably should switch to the mid layer. Let's see. Monica said, not yet decided to do color. I'll post when I'm done tomorrow. Yay! I am really looking forward to seeing that. as I look at something else. Sorry, distracted. Also, yay, thank you, Rob, for upgrading your tier on Patreon. Sorry, I got distracted right there. But yeah, I'm seriously excited to see your painting, Monica. You're MeWe, aren't you? I know you're on Instagram, so that's where we chatted, but try MeWe so I can see more stuff. Michael said, just hit eight more new members on MeWe, and just 8 more members on MeWe, and we will hit 2,800. Nice. We'll be doing more giveaways. Well, this I'm going to be giving away. You guys can use as a wallpaper, and then we'll make some prints and stuff of it. But yeah, I'm really excited to see MeWe growing, and so I definitely want to do more giveaways too to encourage more people to join. It's such a better platform. And oddly enough, as much as I've talked crap about not liking TikTok in the past, that platform I've really liked. I like their algorithm. They are doing a really good job of finding stuff I want to see versus like I log in. The few times I log into Facebook, I just leave angry. I'm just mad about all the random crap people post and how mean they are to each other and inconsiderate jerks. Whereas on TikTok, they're actually curating stuff I want to see, like horses being adorable, goats, German shepherds, police dogs, which I'm like, that used to be. Fun fact, you may or may not know this. The thing that I thought I wanted to be before I ended up being an artist, like my real job, was I wanted to train dogs for the police. So I'm super I love that stuff. So watching videos on that, I'm really impressed with the way that the TikTok algorithm has been working on curating stuff I would be interested in. And their feature of not interested really does seem to work. Because when I first joined TikTok, I'm like, it's all underage girls being inappropriate, shaking their butt in the camera. Like, I don't need to see that. Why would I use this platform? But it turns out once you've used it, it took about a week, and now I'm actually seeing really cool stuff that I am enjoying. So that's a platform I've really been happy with. I hope that the YouTube shorts do as well here. EO said, even though I'm Canadian, I love those giveaways. Well, this is when you will get, if I ever freaking finish it, you will actually get a copy of this one, because this one I can share to people all over the world. Share with I'm impressing myself with how screwed up my grammar is right now. My gosh. So I'm starting to define some of these little areas a bit more. Probably make that a little less opaque, not too much less. I typically will make my contrast a bit stronger than whatever my reference photo is, and that is definitely what I'm doing on a lot of this. Speaking of TikTok, Sarah started following me. Hi, Sarah, if you're watching. Yeah, I'm not sure how TikTok works, though, as far as from a business standpoint. I'm going to have to look into this. I don't see, anything that seems like it's advertising for something is not going to do well on TikTok. So I don't know how, from a business side, the business side of things that would work. For YouTube, makes sense, because if I do something on YouTube, that could push somebody to look at my longer form content. TikTok, I'm not even sure how that, I'm going to have to do some research. I really don't know how well that sort of thing would perform. How do you turn that into paying your bills? I genuinely don't know. I'm going to need to watch some more stuff. Hi, Karen. I felt bad for everyone named Karen. Everyone using that name as a negative thing. It's funny. I see that so often. Does that drive you crazy? Having your name be actual Karen? The funny thing about that, everyone using the term Karens, I have never personally met a Karen I didn't like. I've never known of a Karen to behave in a way that the stereotypical name is used for. I've always liked all of the Karens I knew. I wonder what made people think Karen was the name to do that. How did that? There's got to be a reason that started. Yes, terrible. I'm sorry. Oh, that tea is good. I've even cleaned up my desk today. I am getting crap in order. I was reading. So I normally don't read these, but they have a thing on Patreon where you can read the exit survey and see why people canceled. And I was looking through it today, and most of it was like not relevant to this, but I had one person, where was I going with this story? Oh yeah, being late on stuff, being behind on stuff, I think is where I started on this. She actually commented how late, was this where I was going with this story, or did I have another one? Oh, being on time with stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, I really need to go to bed early tonight. So the point of this story, I have not been in the scatterbrain in so long. My brain is like bouncing all over the place. It's bad. But anyway, so if you've been on Patreon very long, you know I am always late on postcards. And the very worst was this last year, I got 7 months behind. I had the postcards here. I just had to put the labels on them and the stamps and get them out. And I just kept not having time. And time goes by so fast, like week to week. It amazes me how time is getting away from me. Like I'm always behind on everything. And that was a real problem. And somebody actually called me out on that. Like, you don't get your stuff out on time. And I was like, well, she actually said I was a year behind on postcards. I'm not a year behind on postcards, but the bad thing was, it's like, you're kind of right though. Like it's really bad that I was that far behind. So I am seriously working very, very hard right now to make sure I'm not behind anymore and keeping everything on time. And I'm like cleaning stuff and organizing stuff in a way, like my desk. I went through my notebooks, got rid of all the pages. I had so many pages of the numbers for my Reef tank is over here. That's what I'm pointing at that you can't see. But I had so many test results you have to test your water quality constantly with like weekly with the tank. I had so many test results like just stored and all over the place. So it's like, no wonder I'm so like scattered on everything, and I need to get on time, like start committing to having stuff organized and being on time. And that was one of the things. My desk is cleaned off for the first time in forever. So it's kind of nice looking around. Yeah, that was a lot of random words for an unimportant story that nobody cares about. But point is, hopefully I will not continue to be late anymore on stuff. I'm seriously working on it. Like when Rob messaged me today or this morning, he just wanted to make sure it didn't get lost in the mail, the painting of the giveaway one. And I was like, I'm not even going to have my coffee. I'm going to go package this right now. I had just woken up. I'm going to package this before I even have coffee. I am done with being late on stuff. I'm working on it. Dawn said, hi, Lisa, you have too much on your hands. You need another pet. Oh, God, no. See, that's the thing. I need less pets. The pets are taking a lot of time. That's funny. I need less pets. I need an assistant is what I need that will work for free because I have no money. So broke because of the pets. The pets are expensive. Natalie Bug said, I had a bit of a bad couple of weeks and missed that last few streams. I ended up in the hospital. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Still not feeling great, and it's nothing serious or bad, thankfully. Art Hells will help me cope. Oh, I'm sorry you've not been feeling well. I'm glad you're doing better. And H. Tiki said, I just got one yesterday. The postcards? I sent those out last week, the week before. When did that last batch go out? I'm surprised that took that long to get to you. Although I guess it shouldn't surprise me because the post office, everything is longer than it should be right now. So there's that. Okay. I'm not even on the layer I think I am, but that's okay because I kind of wanted this softer anyway. There we go. I want to get a bit more of the orange in here. Ooh, it's too opaque. Let's tone that down. I'm going to drop the opacity a lot. Natalie Bug said, oh, but better news. I have been hand rearing a baby mouse. Oh, he's the cutest. Didn't expect to get another pet, but I'm in love already. Oh, my mom, we ended up with a mouse. We worked at a pet store. My mom and I both worked at this one pet store. It was a huge pet store before Petco bought them. I've told you guys this story before where they bought them out. Petco threatened, this is why I hate Petco and PetSmart because PetSmart does the same thing. This amazing pet store, they threatened, they said, we're just going to open one down the street, which they did, and we're going to drop our dog food prices so low that you can't compete. So either sell to us or we will put you out of business. That's how dirty Petco plays these things. The way these corporate takeovers are, like both pet stores could have existed just fine. Nope, Petco wanted them out of the way and then closed our store down so that they didn't have competition. Yet our store was maybe, I don't know, probably I'd say 6 times the size of Petco, and our store had actual experts where Petco's experts kill everything they touch. They do not know what they're talking about. Never take advice from a Petco employee. Very few of them know what they're talking about. I know, I worked there. Anyway, so when Super Pets was the one we worked at. I don't know if anyone's in Southern California, if they remember Super Pets in Montclair, but actually I think that was technically Upland. It was right next to the Montclair Plaza though. But anyway, moving on with the story that I'm apparently never going to get to the point of. Somebody had bought a feeder mouse or a feeder like a pinky, and the snake didn't eat it, and he brought it back in going, I don't want it to die. Like, I don't want it to suffer. I don't know what to do. I can't leave it in the tank. The snake is not eating right now. What do I do with this? And so my mom brought it home, and her and my dad took turns waking up at night to hand feed this baby tiny little mouse. Templeton was the rat. What was the mouse's name? I forget the name of the mouse. Templeton was my brother's rat. But that mouse, they kept, maybe it was that one. I don't know. I'm getting names mixed up. But yeah, they hand raised this little baby mouse. It was so, so cute. If they lived longer, I would definitely want one. Same thing with rats. They're such cool pets. Like, we always used to have people come to the pet store. They want a pet, they want a bird usually. What's the best kind of bird for my kid? How old's your kid? 7? A stuffed animal. Or a rat. Let me show you the rats. I don't want a rat. What about a hamster? I mean, do you want to constantly be putting bandages on your kids' fingers? If so, then the hamster's the right choice. Otherwise, get over the tail and get the rat, because God, they're such better pets. I wish more people realized what good pets rats are, because that is like such a good pet, I think, for most kids compared to like a bird. Some kids do. I had birds as growing up from the time I was like 5, so that's normal for me. But most kids like are not going to give the bird what it needs, or the bird's going to bite them too much and the kid's not going to be able to deal with it and all that drama. So yeah, I wish more people would get those. It seems like most people were weirded out by the tail. I think it's cute. Let's see. Pauline said, don't worry about the one that dropped, just moved up the ladder. Oh, thank you. On your Patreon, I've learned more from you than anyone. Thank you so much. I'm going to seriously cry. I was kind of shocked. I thought that, like seriously, don't cry, Lisa. That I've been emotional today too. I think it's from being so tired. But I thought, where was I going with that? Oh, I was like, like 5 people will sign up for that top tier. I have been shocked that people were like as excited as they've been to sign up. Like it's definitely encouraging. So that's been really cool. Thank you. Let's see. Kathy said, hi, Lisa. Just wanted to say how much I love your new short videos. Yay! And the music accompaniment is awesome. Huge fan. Yay! The music is from Epidemic Sound. So I have a subscription service with them so that I have rights to use that music on my, ooh, that looks weird where the camera angle is. Look. The weirdest long arm. I'm too tired. I'm too amused by this. But it's from Epidemic Sound. I'm not sure who the musician is. On TikTok, it tells you who the musician is automatically. YouTube doesn't do that. I'm not sure. I know I have legal rights because I pay for it, but I don't know who from one song to the next the musician is. I just go through finding songs that I like the sound of. Brent Desart said, hey, do you all know it's legal to own a fennec fox? Yeah, I think it would depend on the state, wouldn't it? That's how it is a lot of places. Like here, you can have ferrets. California, they're illegal. So, I mean, most of the time, no one does anything when someone does have them in California unless they're breeding them, with rare exceptions. I have known of people who got in trouble for it. I really like ferrets, but their smell is so musty. If I could find a way to have them and not, well, actually that wouldn't be safe with the dogs anyway, so I need to give up on that. I don't need more animals. I need to stop. Speaking of animals, Amelia has made her little nest in her walnut hide I got her, and I think she laid eggs. I'm hoping they're not fertile. It's not a big deal if they are. Luckily, if you're not familiar, Amelia is my jumping spider. I found her in my hallway, made her a nice house, and she apparently is super comfy now and decided to lay some eggs. So I looked it up. It is possible for them to hold on to eggs like a year. I don't know if they would be fertile holding it onto it that long. I'm not sure how that works. If they're fertile, once they do start to hatch, I have to manage to get them all out of the enclosure and outside because they cannibalize each other. That's not so cute. Luckily, though, because she is native to this area, I can just set them free outside. It's not like if I had an exotic species where you wouldn't want them outside and then you have to figure out who to take the babies and all that stuff. So that's not a problem here. But yeah, I probably won't see her for the next, from what I was reading, 2 to 4 weeks, whether they're fertile or not. She's just going to hide them, in there with them, and it's kind of weird. How is she enjoying her little art table? Well, she's holed up with her not eggs. I guess they are eggs. They just hopefully aren't fertile. I don't need I'm not trying to have baby spiders in here. The one was good enough. But, I need to up that opacity. Not that much. Calm down. So, yeah, that is what is going on with Amelia right now. She is going to be hiding for the next several weeks. It's cute, though, while she was making her nest, when I look in there with a flashlight, she'd have her little paws doing the thing. Jumping spiders are so adorable. But yeah, I'm hoping I don't have to deal with getting the babies out and setting them free. That just doesn't sound like fun to me. The Reef fish are all doing well. Actually, so story time again. Some of you guys, if you've been watching these, you know I've been dealing with gill flukes on them. The new ones I got came with a parasite. They were quarantined, so they shouldn't have had a parasite, but a parasite got through, and then it infected my clownfish. So I've been dealing with gill flukes, and I thought that they were getting bad again. They seem to be resistant to the Prozipro, the medication you can treat in the tank, and so it wouldn't kill all of them, but it'll make them comfortable at least. So I was like, okay, it looks like I think one of them was flashing and it's kind of itchy. Let's go ahead and treat the tank again. No one responded. So they normally, if they had gill flukes, they'd twitch their heads really bad, and because the reasons, stories you guys aren't that interested in. Moral of the story, though, getting to the point, is I don't think they have gill flukes anymore. I think they're okay. So far, everyone's been doing good. Now I just need to get the tank balanced as far as like algae, because I've got a bit of dinoflagellates. I can't say it going on. Not too bad. But yeah, everyone's weirdly, I think I might have beat, well, I shouldn't say that too loud because that's just jinxing myself, but I think they're going to be okay. Let's see. Joseph said the whole TikTok music thing is weird. You can just grab music from any other video, but they all say it's not licensed for use. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't. It's TikTok seems to have this thing where they're like, they promote copyright violations or plagiarism is like their thing. Like one of the ways that they tell you, one of the ways to really grow on TikTok is to take somebody else's video, like someone makes a funny video, copy it word for word, scene for scene, lighting, everything as exact as possible, and that's how you get, like they like you to do that. Or take somebody else's audio. I mean, you give them permission, like on mine it's set to where people could do duets, I guess. Someone asked me to make that okay. But it's like copy someone else's video and make your own video out of their video. It's a very weird thing that they do. I'm not sure how that's going to work long term. Wait, okay, you come down. I'm actually missing now. I can see line drawings. You are here. I'm missing an entire guy here. Let's redraw some of this because this is having some issues that I think would be fixed. Actually, that would be down here. That just solved. I was missing like a whole section there. Can I erase this with that? Yeah, that'll erase fine. So let's just pull that out a bit. And what is going on over here? You're actually going to have to be way lighter. What is this? Wait, that was supposed to... Okay, I've got some weirdness going on. I need to reform a little bit here. You are here. I'm going to erase you. Actually, let's just switch to the eraser. I'm going to reform some of this because it's bugged. I'm not really loving how some of this is. Let's see. Yeah, I had a friend talking about ferret smells. She had a male, and I don't know why this guy was the stinkiest. Like, you had to hold your breath going into her room. It was such an odd, like, strong smell. And he was clean. Like, she kept him clean. That wasn't the issue. But being a boy, I guess? I don't know. I kept saying as I drew this, I don't need it exact. And it's like, yeah, I could have gone a little bit closer, though. So now I'm fixing some of that. Sort of. Actually, that I can see now. We're just going to make that a larger loop than what it is. Maybe you can come that way. Let's erase some of that. And then make a big loop here. Yeah, sure, let's go with that. Shayna said, I just joined. You must have the world's strongest bladder with the amount of liquid you carry. Combine that with loving rats. I'm convinced you are not from this planet. That's funny. No, I actually, when I'm not on the live stream, I have I'm pretty sure I have the smallest bladder. I wonder if I damage it by holding it too long during the live streams. Yeah. Too much information there, Lisa. No one needs to hear about your bathroom activities. Rob said, ferrets have glands like a skunk. You can get them removed like a skunk. Yeah, but I think hers were, but they still, like everyone I've been around, they still had a very distinctive smell. Matt, actually, when I met Matt, my husband, they had, his dad had ferrets. And that the room that they were kept in, it never smelled the same. Like even after the ferrets had passed, that room always had a really like defined scent. And I know that they had two females and they had them like descented or whatever. My husband says that all the time. If it weren't for the smell, he would absolutely be getting himself more, he loves them. He loves the ferrets. So yeah, I don't know how, like, I want a skunk. Now, if we were going that route, I may deal with the smell, a descented skunk, but I think they're supposed to be similar to a ferret, aren't they? Like they still have a distinctive smell. Hi, Bina from India. Rob said, do you know ferret skins are so stuffed most vets do not have needles to give them a shot? You know, it's funny. Cats have really thick skins too. When I've had to give cats, whether it be vaccines or medication, I have broken more needles trying to give an injection to a cat. I had my old years ago when I was working at the vet, I had a Himalayan who had to have injections regularly. Oh my gosh, getting through that skin. And then he said, I love the smell. I'm a ferret sniffer. I guess it's kind of like me liking oil paint. You have a positive association with it, and you're like, it's fine. I don't mind it. I really do want a skunk, though. I keep getting videos for them on TikTok, too. God, they're cute. There's a book I read where she had a pet skunk. So, of course, that means I want it. Because that's how you do your research, right? It's in a book. It must be true. So really pulling out some of these highlights now. Oops, that's too thin. I actually should make that a little bit wider. There we go. Kelsey said, I have 4 ferrets, a boxer, and a bunny. Basically a whole zoo. Nice. I love, boxers are hilarious. They're so derpy and jumpy in like spazzes, and they're the cutest, like derpy jumpy spaz. They're so, I love like the body shape, how they're so square. They're just, I love boxers. They just seem like the happiest derps. Eo said, I'm weird because I love the smell of diesel. Oh wow, that one is, that's beyond some of my weird smells. I think oil paint is probably one of the smells that I like the most that other people don't. I don't think I have any other really weird. Let's see. Cat's Art Pig said, I'm in an apartment and I can't have a dog or a cat, so I thought a ferret would be nice. What do you think? I'm not going to be a ferret expert. I've been around them very little. I would imagine that would work, but also they'll let you have a ferret, but not a cat or a dog kind of surprises me. So I would hate for you to get it and find out, oh, that's not actually allowed. We see that a lot. It actually drives me crazy when I used to see that all the time, where people are having to rehome an animal and they're mad because their landlord won't let them have a pit bull. But you knew the landlord wouldn't let you have a pit bull when you got the pit bull. You just thought you could get away with it because, like, a lot of one will have breed specific things. And not that I'm saying that's right. I'm just saying you knew the rules. And now this poor dog has to go through being rehomed because you made a bad choice. I'm not saying that's you, by the way. It got me thinking about what I see all the time. So do double check that you're able to have one, because you may think that you could probably hide a ferret semi easier, but there's a distinctive smell. If they walk in, they're going to know you had a ferret, unless I guess you burned Scentsy candles or something. But yeah, make sure that they're allowed, because a lot of times if they won't allow a cat or a dog, they're not going to allow much of anything, usually. Kelsey said, yep, that's Apollo. He's the derpiest old man. Yeah, the pit bull one I see a lot, that they're having to rehome because the landlord, and they try to make it out like the landlord's the bad guy. No, you tried to break the rules. You knew the rules when you signed up, but you thought you could get away with it. I feel bad for the dog, not for the idiot owner in that case. let's see, I need that to be a bit larger and softer. I'm actually checking my color on some of these. Or not, yeah, definitely needed the lighter glow there. Pull that glow over here too. Let's pull this in a few other places. I need to get something a bit softer. There we go. Just lighten this area up. Nightly said, I've always wanted to try oils, but I'm super sensitive to smells, so it's always worried me. I know the solvents are strong, but the paints themselves are strong smelling. So the solvent that I use is Mona Lisa odorless paint thinner, and there is no, stop it. Stop. What did I just hit? Go away. This is what I want, not that. I use Mona Lisa odorless paint thinner, so that doesn't smell like anything, like it's odorless. But so the oil paints in my case have the stronger smell. I think it smells nice, but when you say sensitive, like you get headaches or you just think it smells a lot and you don't like it, what you may want to do is see if you can find a class locally that you can go into that teaches oil painting, so you can walk in the room, because that's going to be the strongest if multiple people are working in it, and get an idea if that's something you can tolerate or not. But a lot of the more natural solvents, like there's lavender ones and such, those give me an instant headache. So I go with the Mona Lisa odorless. That is really odorless. It works really well. So that is what I would recommend. Because there's no way to know how each individual, I mean, you listen to everyone talking. Some people love the smell of ferret, some people don't. So you need to, I would try to find that out. You could too. I think most oil paints you can remove the cap of, go into a store and sniff it. As weird as that is, see if that's a smell that bugs you. But the solvents, like Bob Ross solvent was really bad. He makes his own, and the smell was, I don't know if that's changed, but years, we're talking 20 years ago. My God, the smell was so overpowering. And like I couldn't have it in my classroom. It would just, everyone would end up with a headache. It was so bad. So the smell you're using will make a huge difference. Monica said, Mom says hi. She said she's jumping in the family game too. Nice. That's mommy, LOL. Gotta love our family. That's awesome. Tea is good. Yeah, definitely. Cat's Heart Picks, check with your landlord. It'll save you and the animal heartbreak later on. And some landlords will let you have like a lizard or something, and some will allow a cat and a dog and not a lizard. Like everyone is going to be completely different. So you definitely want to find that out before you have any troubles. It's like we had a girl, this one, did I tell you this story? This one made me so mad. There's this idiot who lives in my neighborhood. She's an idiot based on her other posts too. My God, this girl. She's very entitled and just some of the stuff she posts. She's one who, you know, those people who post in a neighborhood group who think that they should be able to tell everyone else how to live their lives. But it's like, you're not my mom. Go away. Real weird stuff it's just weird. But anyway, so she is a part of a group that has their emotional support animals, which I'm not opposed to, but there is a difference between an emotional support animal and a service dog. And that difference makes it very hard for people with service dogs, people who have epilepsy, and the dog is going to help them lay down before a seizure comes on, or somebody who, seeing eye dog, this type of service is different than emotional support. Because what happens with I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but emotional support dogs don't have many requirements. Like it's not something that is even, it's not a licensed thing. Like technically neither are service dogs, and that maybe would be a good thing to change. But they don't, that is not what I meant to do. Looked kind of good, but not what I meant to do. There we go. So this girl has a training school she goes to where they're teaching, they call them service dogs, but they're not. They're emotional support dogs for PTSD and such like that. So what happens more often than not when people have an emotional support dog, they're not trained in that. They'll go into a store, they may bite someone, they growl at people. They're like an actual service dog is trained not to do that. An actual service dog, if you've been involved with service dogs at all, I used to see them a lot when I worked at the vet. They go through a year. They'll live with a family separately for a very long time, and then they have to pass a certain test to see if the dog even has the right temperament to be an actual service dog. And more often than not, they fail out of it. They just don't have it. So it's very hard to become a real service dog. So the emotional support dogs, though, are just any pet can be used as such. Now, I think it's really cool because some people absolutely benefit so much from having them. The problem is you have too many people who just use that as an excuse to bring their untrained pet into stores, which makes it harder for those who have an actual need for a service animal. So this girl, right, she goes to a furniture store. She meets up with her. Wow, there were 12 or 13 of them. I counted in the photo. She posted the photo bashing the furniture store, thinking that she was going to get everyone on there. And actually, too many people were on her side. But she shows up at this store, her and the training group. It's essentially a play date for dogs is what they thought they were going to do in this. It's a really huge store locally. And none of these dogs are trained. And I know her specific dog, because she's had problems with it in the neighborhood, her dog attacks, it has fear aggression issues. It's a pit bull and it attacks anything it can get near. Taking that into a crowded furniture store, and this is a very crowded store, the one that they took them to, is insane. To show up with 12 or 13 dogs that, again, these are not trained service dogs. These are dogs who are out of control. It was supposed to be, they were going to go and they were going to split up into groups and work on this. And the furniture store was like, no, you are not bringing all those dogs in there. That furniture store does allow someone to carry in a dog, but they're not allowing a bunch of large breeds walking around, lifting their legs on stuff. And in her case, her dog is aggressive. That dog would never pass being like an actual service dog at all. That dog, she has had so many problems with this dog. So while I'm glad the dog has a home, this dog is not suitable for the use she's trying to do. So they tried sending in letters and getting on the news and making a big deal out of this, that they were so angry that the furniture store wouldn't let them in. And she's like, it was triggering everyone's PTSD because a lot of these people can't have conflict, and now this is going to set them back. And I'm thinking, why would you show up with a group of 12 or 13 dogs that are essentially untrained for a play date, because that's really what this was, and be surprised when they told you no? Like, it amazes me how people don't think things through. Like, you can't be upset that they told you no on something that, like, why did you think that? Why wouldn't it take them to a park? I don't understand why this training event couldn't have happened at a park, but instead you're going to go into a crowded furniture store with and then you want to make people feel bad for you. And the thing that makes me mad about it is I know people who have actual service dogs. Like, they need these dogs to, like, for everyday purposes. I'm just smudging my color here, by the way. And it makes it hard for them because the store sees another person come in with a dog and they're like, here we go again. We're going to have somebody else with an untrained dog who is either going to lift their leg on the furniture or whatever else, because I guarantee you these dogs would have, knowing just how hers is. But yeah, it's kind of crazy the entitlement people have, but the problems that they cause just because they don't think things through on certain rules for different places. This story had nothing to do with anything. I just randomly thought about that happening recently, and my brain is fried right now. So there we go. Let's see. Nellybeck said, headaches faint, but that's a good idea. Oh yeah, that might be an issue then. I don't think there are many classes nearby, but I'll totally give the tubes of pain a little sniff when I'm in the store next. Yeah, check that. Open, you can keep a window open and stuff, but if you get headaches and faint, that's a pretty good sign. I don't know that I would probably stick with acrylics in your case. But do smell them and see if that bothers you or not, because it may not. You may not have issues. I mean, I have issues with getting headaches around a lot of different things, and OMS and oil paints have never bothered me. So you may be okay. I have no idea. Rob said there was a Netflix show about it, C9 dogs. They followed a litter of 12 puppies through the process. I think only 1 or 2 made it to the end. Exactly. Like, it's really hard for a dog to make it to that point. So when you have all of these people who are just taking their pets and making them, calling it, and that's the thing that bugged me too. They were using the term service dog. These were emotional support dogs. That is a very different situation. So, and I'm not opposed to emotional like, I know of people that benefited from that, who had PTSD, where this really helped, but too many times the dogs aren't properly trained to really be in businesses. Like, I would not buy furniture where they were letting dogs walk around, because if one of those dogs lifted the leg, no one noticed on that. I bring that couch home, my dogs smell it, and my dogs start peeing on that corner because they smelled another. Like, there are reasons I would not want to buy furniture that their dogs were near. Nightly Bug said, I see my guinea pigs as emotional support pets. Looking after them and the love they give helps me cope with chronic pain, but I don't go taking all 5 into a shop. Well, that makes a lot of sense for sure. And H Chicky has a stack of doggy diapers. Yeah, that would help. Yeah, it's yeah, and I do know people who like seriously benefited from being able to take, like they couldn't cope with being in public if they didn't have that dog with them. So I know that that happens, but today you see way too many people taking advantage of that, using it as an excuse to bring an untrained dog with them everywhere they go. So it's a hard call. Like, I don't know what the right answer is on how do you resolve that, maybe requiring actual training. But like you said, from seeing that show, most of those dogs aren't going to pass training because they really shouldn't be in that sort of situation. Monica said, we have 3 support cats, but we had them trained and certified. So that's awesome. One found Ma cancer and she knew how to calm me down from anxiety. Training is a must though. Yeah, absolutely. The training is a big, big deal. And like in this case, these people were trying to train their dogs, but the fact that the trainer thought that taking a group of large breed, these were all big breeds, a group of large breed dogs into a crowded furniture store for training all at the same time. Like if they had done it in a one-on-one, no one would have said anything. Like if they were wearing a vest saying they were emotional support or whatever, I doubt anyone would have said anything. But being that they went into this situation, with that many at the same time, that tells me right there the trainer does not know what they're doing. So it's almost like, can we have kind of a standard test the dogs need to pass? I mean, we have driver's tests. I like the idea. I mean, as much as I would like less government involvement in things, like it makes it so much harder for people who need their service dogs or animals or whatever, when you've got people who, like this, 12 of them think they're going to show up and have a training session together. That blew me away. And we're going to split up into groups. Why wouldn't you do that at a park? There are plenty of busy parks around here. Like it made no sense. It was so ridiculous. And it makes it way harder for those who need actual service animals to go into stores because, like I said, people are like, oh, here we go again. The entitlement of these people, though, and trying to bash a business for making what was honestly a good call was just like, wow. The human race never ceases to amaze me. That is way too fuzzy. I need to make that a lot sharper and less opaque. There we go. Let's soften that out here. Actually, this will probably work for... What have I got going on here? Here we go. You need to come and be shaded like that. Once I put the polyps on this, it'll make a lot more sense. But right now, it's kind of hard to separate one area from another. Let's smudge you out a bit. It's like a smudge tool, like for shading pencils and stuff. Whoops, that's too big. Oh, what have I done? Hold on. Let's save this and see if that resets, because I can't... There we go. Velma said, there was a person who brought their Chihuahua in a store I work, claimed it was a support dog. She put it on the floor to roam the store. We lucked out that it didn't do anything. God, I see there was a guy who was walking around Target the other day. He had like a Chihuahua mix, Chihuahua Terrier, I guess. And this dog's just following him around. No leash, no anything. And it's like, see, that's not okay. One of the things that people don't realize, you get too many people who do the whole, my dog would never do this. My dog wouldn't bite. My dog wouldn't. You never know what that dog is going, unless it's had serious training. And even then, sometimes they'll surprise you. But it's like, you don't know that. Dogs are, I mean, they're animals, and they may see a person that they just do not like for any given reason and go after them, and you're liable. When I was teaching, right before I moved to Texas, actually, when I was in California still teaching at Michael's, there was a woman who would come in, and I had to ask her to leave or go get the dog. I had no problem telling people to get out. But she had this little Chihuahua. It wasn't even little. It was a big Chihuahua. The dog was on one of those stupid flexi leashes, the ones that I'm going to be banning when I'm king. The dog is across the store. The little girl is holding on to the dog. Dog's over there going through the candy things. So now you've got an animal dealing. So if somebody has an allergy and then they pick up, it has dog hair and dog slobber or whatever on the candy they just boxed, they didn't know a dog was on that. That could be an issue for somebody who is allergic to dogs. And the mom was somewhere else in the store not paying attention to any of it. And this flexi lead was going across the front end of the store where you're going to trip somebody. You need to take it's so, the mom was just so completely oblivious and unaware. And we always let animals in the store, but to like, this was one of those cases where like, this is why places don't allow animals anymore. Rhonda said, what are you drawing on, a touch monitor or your Wacom tablet? It is a I'd say I'm looking forward to this day ending, except I don't think tomorrow's going to be any better because I've got so much work to do. But it's a Wacom tablet. So this is the bigger, it's like 30 inches. I don't even know what the actual size is. It's pretty big. I had the smaller one, which was nice, but the bigger one definitely I find to be a lot easier to work on. And this is the older one. Like there are newer, way better models than mine, but these cost so much on mine. This one can last me till a break. Don't break. Please don't break. I can't afford to replace you. I love you. Don't break. But they do have newer ones that are fancier. I'm not sure what makes them fancier, but this grayish blue is making such a difference. This is actually the grayish blue, very similar to the color I was having a hard time with on that bear I was telling you guys about. For some reason, my eyes see that and don't think gray blue, even though that's what it is. I don't like whatever's going on right here. I'm definitely putting a fish in front of that. Okay, let's get some deeper shadows, and then we're going to start with the polyps. Just a little bit more here. What coral should we do next? We've got this whole like center section that we need stuff on. Cat's Heart Bake said, I hope you get some good sleep. Me too. And part of the problem is just the nonstop working. I haven't had a break in a really long time. And then it's hard too. So I'll decide, okay, haven't spent any time with my husband in like a week. We'll want his day off. I'll watch a movie or something with him. By the time I'm done working, take my shower and everything, it's like 3 in the morning and just start a movie then. And I do, but then I still have to be up early in the morning to work. So yeah, I'm having a hard time balancing some of my responsibilities. We watched that Witcher cartoon. It was good. If you like The Witcher, the cartoon, very violent, not for kids, but excellent. Is anyone else super excited for the next season to come out? We're going to do a rewatch of all that before it comes out of the first season. Susan said, I used the flexi lead on my fur baby, but mostly it was locked to the short lead, but it allowed me to give her extra length at the park. It was designed for her weight range. The problem with the flexi lead, so it sounds like you're using it in the right situation, but we've seen so many dogs come through when I used to work at the vet, they get these horrible burns and like rips on their legs from those flexi leads. They'll be running and then turn around and trip on, like I have seen some horrible things. If it's one dog, it's not a big deal, but when people have like 2 dogs and they cross and someone hits that line, oh, you get some major injuries there. But it sounds like your case, you're using it for the right purpose. Moody Roan said, and Lisa to the dog mom goes, you know, when I'm king, your flexi lead there will be outlawed. Now get out. Yep. Nick said, one of those lacy fan coral things. Ooh, yes. I like it. That is what we're going to do. Okay, let me just clean some of this up. So what I need to do now is sharpen some of these edges. Not all of them, but some of them need to be a bit sharper. So what are we on? That. I can actually use the same one. It doesn't, I'm more concerned with the values there than anything else. Let's drop that down to much smaller. Oh, you aren't what I wanted. You actually can be deleted now. We'll just do it on this one. Up that opacity quite a bit. Drop that down a little bit darker. Rob said, love the Witcher cartoon, love the ending when he calls a kid. Well, I'm not saying that out loud, spoiler alert. I'm just going to call you Nick Edgar now. I don't want to, don't read chat. Rob's ruining the ending for you. It's not that big of a deal. Shayna said, have you seen Maze Runner? Really good. Maze Runner 2 is even better. I have not. Which one was that? I don't remember. There was one. I want to say it was called something like that, but hold on. Was that the one with the kids or like the teenagers or something? Let me see. It was almost like a game, not Game of Thrones. Yeah, I did. I think I saw the first one. That one's older, isn't it? Maybe not. When did it come? Okay, yeah, it came out a while ago. Maybe I'll look at that. I don't think I would have seen the second one. Seriously, Rob, though? Why was it bald? Questions. I had questions. Let's see. Shana said, read all the Witcher books, really enjoyable read. I got a bunch of them on audio or Audible, so I was listening to those. I was enjoying them. It wasn't one that you get like super hooked into because with the books because it's just a bunch of smaller stories put together, but I was enjoying them quite a bit. I never finished it. There's so many things I haven't finished lately. I'm currently working through my way through the Wheel of Time books, which are actually getting somewhat better. Like I'm getting more into it. Like I'm actually interested in them finally. Took long enough. Those books, man, talk about a slow start. Like I really didn't care at all. The one thing I will say with those books though, I can leave the room while the book, like I leave it playing on my phone. I'll leave the room and come back 20 minutes later. I swear I've not missed anything. There's just way too many words. Dawn said, how about using your imagination and paint a Lisa coral? Technically, I'm kind of making half of this up as I go along. But yeah, we could maybe. I don't know I don't know if my imagination's that good on a coral. I'm trying to think. Because coral itself is so weird anyway. I don't know. I have to think about that one. Rhonda said, the first two are short stories. The rest are normal novels. Oh, really? I think I'm on the first one. I don't even know if I finished. Maybe I did finish the first one and I bought the second one, but didn't finish that one. I don't know. Good to know, though. That makes me more interested in it because you get more hooked, I think, when it's an actual novel. Or at least I do. I liked the short stories, though. What's going on here? Oh, I see. You need to be lighter in there. We're going to have to do a little touch-up work. Whoops. My husband's been playing his Witcher game again. I thought he already played those. I don't think there's a new one. So maybe he's just replaying it. But I see that on in the living room a lot when I walk by. Oops. Okay, let's see. Rob said it was sad that Robert Jordan couldn't finish them. Brandon Sanderson finished the last couple of books. That I'm actually glad for because Brandon Sanderson's really good. Like he is an amazing author. I would say better author by a lot. Like I actually want to finish his books. He makes you care about a character. So I'm really glad that he was who was chosen to finish those. Brandon Sanderson is pretty amazing. Now I need him to finish some of his own. Cat's Art Pig said, I was really surprised how nice that rake brush is. I posted a dog that I did with my new brush on MeWe. Oh, nice. I need to go look at it. Ooh, that's too big. Whatever. Let's do some polyps. Oh, wait. I needed a little bit more of the deeper shadow. Let's back up into here. I'm going to switch brushes really quick. Make that a little bit larger. I just want to get a bit more. I'm not even worried about that. I know I'm going to put a fish in front of it because I don't even want to deal with it. Seriously, when I do marine life, half the stuff on like location of where I put fish is based on, I don't like how that coral looks right there. I'm just covering it with a fish. It'll make it easier. I started mixing blueberry and green tea together. What a good, so the blueberry is herbal. The green tea is caffeinated, obviously, which means I'm only really, it's like a half calf, right? So it's not as much caffeine. Although right now I wish I had more. Rhonda said, thank you for your live streams. It gives me something to look forward to during the lockdown here in Australia. Oh, yeah, you guys have it pretty rough over there right now. I've been watching some stuff on that. I'm glad I could help. Okay, let's get these polyps. I don't even know if I'm light enough, but I do want to do this on a second layer because I have a feeling I'm going to have to darken a lot of this because I don't think my lights, I think this is going to be a case where my lights aren't going to be bright enough because I don't think my darks are dark enough. Like, I can already see stuff right now I want to change. I need to fix the color calibration on this thing. This thing makes it look a lot darker. I look over there, I'm like, dang, that's light. I'm going to have to adjust that. Rob said 1990 to 2013 for those books to get to the end. It means I was reading them for 23 years. Oh my gosh. And that's how I feel about the Chronicles of Elantra by Michelle Segarra. I love them, but they're never ending. So slow. What am I looking for? Oh, layer. Gosh, layer, new layer. And we're going to name this top. Okay. I need to go up one though. I'm glad that they found someone to finish it though, because it seems like, let's go down a bit. It seems like so often on books when they, like there was a series I really liked and it sucked. She wasn't super well known. She wasn't well known at all, actually. It was a more like indie type author. But she had done a book, the first one or two, and I loved them and I was hooked and it was like such a cliffhanger and she died, which obviously sucks anyway, but it also sucks that her story didn't get finished. Like, that's gotta be the worst thing as an author, to leave an unfinished story like that. Although I guess you wouldn't care at that point. I don't know, thinking out loud. But that was quite a few years ago. I was sad because she followed me back on Twitter. This was back when I used Twitter regularly. She was a nice lady. Okay, let's see if I can get these white areas bright enough. I'm going to go with something that's a lot more harsh and really tiny. And we're going to go pretty much white, like way up there. That is not opaque enough. Oh, these might stand out okay. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm on the right way. Okay. See how this area is like way too bright. It's the same brightness as this. This should not be that bright because it would be cast in shadow. But I'm going to cheat a little bit, keep it easy. I'm just going to go through everything, put my little white polyps sticking up where they need to go, and then I'll erase over the shadowed areas, and that will make them more translucent, which will make them tone down a bit and look like they're in shadow. So totally cheating here. Gonna make it easy on myself. Why not? Just some little smudgy guys. I have a smiley face there I need to get rid of. No smiley face. Stop it. It's weird. I don't think I'm fixing it very well. Oh, that's too big. Let's tone you down a lot. No smiley face. No, that made it worse. This will look so good when we shrink it back down. Because this is right now like way bigger than anything you would ever see it as. I just have it this big so I can draw in all these little details. I'm going to put more polyps than the actual original has because I think it's going to look nicer that way. There, look, I invented my own coral. I'm putting like 5 times as many dots as there should be in any given area. I have no self-control. I don't want a leather coral that looks like this. I think this specific type though grows crazy, crazy fast. And I probably don't want to deal with that. Some of these dots too, I'm going to leave them really harsh and I'm going to smudge them out that are like further in the background. So right now everything's going to be really flat. So let's shrink this down a little bit too. That'll make it look better right away. It's not like I need to see detail to draw dots. Let's make this a bit bigger though. Maybe not that much bigger. So I've been working on too for the new Patreon rewards, the Patreon sticker designs. I need to come up with some more, maybe some more glitch stuff for sure, but I need to come up with some more sticker ideas, like fun critters to add on to those. Whoops, you actually are not. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. What am I erasing? Wait, why did that? That should have switched to the eraser, not a pen. Weird. I don't know why I just did that. Whatever. So Joseph, I used your trick to get straight lines again on a recent, when I was doing the coloring book thing. It made my life so much easier. I didn't even know that was something you could do. I'd never even thought about it. Feel free to send some of that rain our way, Joseph. We haven't had any in a bit. Oh my gosh, all the dots. See, if you are not a digital artist, although you probably would be watching if you didn't like or weren't remotely interested in it, but I always see so many people talk crap about digital painting like it's not real art. Did you see how long it just took me to draw a bunch of dots? It is definitely art. Just another medium. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is tone a few of these down. So I'll switch to the eraser. We're going to drop that way down. Make my pen a little bit smaller. Why is somebody spamming me at 9:14 at night? No. Hold on, let me block this number. Chances are it'll keep coming back in. I may have told you guys this story, but it's kind of funny. Norton. Wait, what? Oh, that's actually useful. My credit card that or not my credit card, my ATM card that I use on everything is expiring this month, so I'm getting constant messages from companies. You need to update it. I know. I am aware. I haven't even activated the new one. Anyway, moving on. Where was I going with this story? Oh, I still think it just cracks me up. The person who has been using my number, I have their address now because they're other spammers or whatever, like they use their address on everything, or their address, but they use my phone number. So creditors, when they call, they'll call my number, but they've given me their address, which is kind of funny. I mean, I don't live in California, there's not, and I wouldn't do anything about it anyway. Just kind of funny to me that these people who have been using my number, it's like, you've been annoying a stranger and now that stranger has your number. You didn't think that through, because if I was a crazy person, that could end very poorly for you. They've been fake using my number for years, and it's not like it used to be their number. I'm the only person who's ever had this phone number. I've had the same number since the 90s, like 99, I think. As Susan said, people probably think that digital art is simply cutting and pasting other pictures into a blank space, which is not what it is. I think you're exactly right. I think that's what most think. Rob said, did you change the nibs on the stylus to make it feel like a felt tin marker? I have not. These are just the ones they came from with. I like it just fine how it is. I don't think I'd want it to feel like a marker, because I don't like markers. I didn't even know they had that. I mean, I guess it makes sense that they would have a bigger variety. So see what I did? I just toned this down by erasing some. So it looks like they're shaded a bit. And I'm really bored with that coral, so I'm going to leave it where it is now. Let's back that up so we can see it as a whole. Oh, I like how he came out. I'm probably going to have to put some blues in there to make him feel like he's more in this water scene, but we are good. Okay, so the sea fan will probably end up over here, but I don't think I'm going to do that next. I want to fill in this bottom section. I want to get more in here first because the fan I'll probably put behind some of those. So now that I'm thinking, we need to find something else. So let's pull up what coral I have in photos that I've downloaded from the interwebs. Mostly Pixabay. I've got a bunch from Tidal Gardens in here. I don't know if there are the ones in here. Oh, was that a good clam? That was part of a clam that I liked. I considered adding him. What do we want? Let's see with some of these big. It's not a real good photo. That is a lot of leather corals in there, and Gregonians. I can't say that word. I thought I downloaded more like big coral scenes. Did I not put them in this folder? Well, it should be in that folder. I think I'm just too tired to find stuff right now. It's probably in front of my face like that. So more leather, more leather, more leather. Got all kinds of, actually, yeah, I think those are leathers. I like the seaweed going through there. That's cool. That looks like it's in someone's tank though. That's probably going to take over. I think that grows too fast. What else do we have? Another leather. We could throw him in there. That actually would be a pretty quick and semi-easy leather to do. Let's do him next. So let's get rid of you, pull you in. I don't know, 15%? Sure, let's go with that. Shrinking you down. Let's sketch you. You can go over here somewhere. I still need something bigger for the background, but I think he's going to be more in this area here. I'll make mine kind of big. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Joseph said, when I was 19, someone used my name and info to register and insure a car, broke down on the way home. The tower used the info on the registration to drop it off at my house. Gosh. Wow. This one's annoying because they they're apparently in a lot of trouble financially. And now everyone in the world knows about it because I have their name. Actually, I get texts. I don't have it on this one. I get texts. I have their name. I have their address. I have all of that. You didn't think that through. But they used my number to set up an account at like Kroger. Is it Kroger? I don't know. One of the stores they had used. Maybe it wasn't Kroger. It was one of the grocery stores. They used my number and they changed my info at Pier 1 Imports. And I signed up at Pier 1 for like their membership thing back when they were a real store. And they changed that's where I first got the address from because they let me take a photo of what they had changed it to. The girl's like, we're not supposed to show you that. I'm like, it's my number. Here's the phone. Call me. That is not. These people have been doing it to me for a while. That's actually how I was able to reverse search them and get their information. I actually contacted her on Facebook once years ago and played dumb. Like, I don't know why I've got getting all of your information and people are contacting you. Because I knew if I came at her, like, I always use the swear word, woman. We'll just say woman. Stop using my number. I knew she would just be rude and do it more. But in this case, she's like, oh, wow, that's so weird. Real weird. You and your son have been doing it for years. So yeah, it was kind of a funny, I need a new layer. But it stopped for a really long time and now it's starting up. And I don't know if she still started using again, or if it's an issue of like old contact info that they're using to spam. What are we doing? We're going to call it a brown leather. I don't even need thin lines on this, so we're just going to do that as the base. Okay. Tablet. Wait, what? Can you connect it? Tablet driver. What the hell? Sorry. Pop-up is tablet driver. That is a weird. You know what? We're going to save you because I don't know what's about to happen. I don't. When we lost power. Is it this? Oh, it might be my little remote is running low. I don't. That's the only thing I can think of that uses a battery over here. I don't know. I'm looking around going, what over here is not plugged in that should be plugged in right now, and I'm about to lose? I have no idea. I guess we're going to find out. Does the penny use a battery? I don't think it does. Does anyone know? Wait. No, that's just the nib. I don't know what that notification was for. Maybe the people are now found a way to hack my actual computer on top of stealing my phone number. They're mad that I was talking crap about them. Okay, let's just start with the dark areas here. We can even just be super fast and do that. I need you to be a bit bigger though. Actually, lighter too. We're gonna go with a lighter one. I like that he's got a little buddy here. So we'll do that. And we'll make it come from behind the zoas there. I'm going to go a little bit larger on that. Because, yeah, that'll work. Okay, now we'll fill that in. Okay, EO said they think it's my remote. That would make more sense. I don't have to have that going, although, do I have anything to plug it in over here? Where's the plug? I think I do have a thing I can plug it in. There we go. You are charging. Oh, right. This one has the chargy thing on the side, too. I forgot. I don't use it often enough. I don't know how to use my stuff. Okay. Let's go with... Good news about that is you don't have to really know what you're doing, and you can still use these tools. No, actually, I need to get a darker layer. Let's go with that base plum first. I do want you to be opaque. Let's see. Yo said, my husband and I have the same Wacom. Oh, nice. Do you love yours as much as I love mine? This thing is so handy. Do not buy them from Amazon. I love Amazon for many things, but they are not a, well, unless that's changed. If you find the Wacom tablets on Amazon, you're paying full price from a third-party seller who is not supposed to be selling it, and they are generally refurbished. I had a friend who bought them, or bought one from Amazon, and it was, yeah, it broke. And then Wacom's like, yeah, they're not supposed to sell those there. That's not ours. We aren't helping you. And that wasn't Wacom being jerks. That's like just what happens. So you've got to watch whether something's from a third-party seller or not. Pamela said, I've had bill collectors call me for 5 years now on my cell phone from this woman I've never known in my life. Apparently my cell number is her old number. So that makes more sense to me when it's someone's old number. In this case, these people are, they chances are they just made up a number out of the blue, and it's my old area code from when I lived in California. It's my same number from California, so they just made up a 909 area code or number with that in it. And I doubt they really thought too much into, oh, wow, we're going to be causing a headache for some poor person who is now going to have to deal with our lack of paying bills. So, and this isn't just like we fell on hard times. I think they just don't pay their bills. It sounds like it's an ongoing thing with, they keep opening credit cards and then yeah. At least that's what I've gathered from the months I've been dealing with their drama. No, not months, years. but it has certainly started up again. It really did let up after I contacted her. She played dumb, like she didn't know why that was happening. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I didn't call her out on the fact that she was playing dumb. I played dumb right along with her to be friendly. So hopefully they'd stop. And she did. So I don't know if it's just that the creditor started up again and that happens to be the number they just have on file, or if she's back to using it. But what really made me mad is the grocery store that they used my number on. I'm like, can I get it changed to mine? Because I need to use my number for my account. And they're like, well, we can't do that. It's on Call Me. I'll prove to you that this is my phone. Like this person is stealing my information and you won't help me. I was a bit annoyed. Just a little. Okay, let's see. We're just going to do a lot of little stringy detail, guys. So I'm going to pull in, what is the darkest? There. And then we're going to go a little bit larger. Let's drop that opacity down even more. Just lightly go over this. Let's go with that mid-range tone. And then I need to do another layer on top of that. My brain shut down again. I'm really having a hard time functioning tonight. Not a layer fill. No layer fill, just new layer. Pay attention. I don't need a layer fill. This is going to be lines for the brown leather. Let's see. We're going to shrink that down. Actually, I don't need that much. Mostly, you'll see me draw from these two, soft round and soft. This one's the pressure one where you get the dagger stroke type ends. Those are the main brushes I use for pretty much everything when I'm actually painting. I will use specialty brushes for some effects, but for the most part, those two are going to give me most of what I need. Let's see. That should work, but I need to bump that opacity up. Let's match that color to the lighter areas here. I'm going to start, let's go actually a lot bigger than that. So this coral should be pretty fast in comparison to the last one. Oh, I'm jealous. And each chickie's got rain. What rain? We had a power outage yesterday, so that was fun. We had, the whole neighborhood went out. And the funny thing is, everyone's bill was due. That was like the day before was the last bill. So everyone panicked thinking, did I forget to pay? So that, like in the neighborhood group, they were posting about that, which was pretty funny. But yeah, that was less than amusing. Actually, I'm going to do a mid layer in between this. So I'm just going to do all the dots first. But yeah, I was happy to see that my main generator I used in February when they had the power outage for my smaller tank, that was still working. We really weren't sure because I had a harsher line now. Yeah, there we go. I've not started it in months, so I am not taking very good care of that one. I got a new generator, a better one that I can use on the big tank, so I kind of just haven't been paying attention and time has slipped by. I thought I'd just start it up every month to keep it like healthy. I didn't. You can also drain out the oil and gas and stuff. Didn't do that either. So I was kind of surprised it started yesterday. The battery backups work just fine for the tanks that I currently have, like that automatically kick on. Those will keep them going for a couple of hours. But we plugged in the freezer in the garage that has all the dog food in. So that was pretty good. I was very excited. Whoops, too big. I was very excited though that started. I was not really expecting it to. But yeah, it was out for a couple of hours. What is going on there that you are so angry about? Stop being angry. You are flashing all over the place. Looks like very much like when you paint grass or anything like that, you have clumps and rows. So I'm really focusing on getting those in there. So many dots. And the little lines I'm going to come back and do after. So these are just the tips of the polyps. Eo said, it hasn't rained all summer and now it's been raining for 4 days straight. It's only 10 Celsius. Oh, wow. Where are you at? I think you told me earlier. You're Canada, right? Nick's got rain. Everyone has rain but us. This looks like a chocolate donut with sprinkles. Northern Alberta. Okay, yeah. Too cold. I don't think I could handle it. I'm too big of a baby. Okay, I actually need to rename that because that should be, my next layer should be the lines. Let's see, you're going to be dots. Now I need one for, whoops, nope. Now you will be lines. We'll have to adjust some of the color a bit too. I should have gone with coffee. I don't think that tea has enough caffeine for me. Not for tonight. Let's see if I can make it another 30 minutes while being awake. I say that like I'm going to sleep after this, but I'm not. I'm going to go work like on my schedule or something more. I know I'm not going to just stop. Let's see. Let's get... Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Not paying attention. So all these dots are actually, whoops, not paying attention at all. All these dots are technically attached to one of these little lines. So it has a little wavy, the whole coral would be waving in the water. The dots are just the tip of each of these little guys. What does Lisa eat in the morning to start her day? A bowl of surreal. Wow. Coffee. It's coffee. See where you're going with that. What's a Snowcaps candy? Joseph, I don't even know what that is. Oh, wow. You guys and your dad jokes are really bad. Okay, so I need to start thinking of another coral because this one's not going to take me too long to finish up. I need to get some lighter values in here though. Do I have, oh, that's part of the problem. Ah, there we go. Was in the wrong order. Problem solved. go back and add some dots. Okay, I may come back and make adjustments to that guy later, but I'm going with good enough for now. Actually, you know what I can do is add a few more less controlled dots. So water media, what was that under? There's a really good special effects. No. I never remember where my brushes are. That is definitely something that slows me down when I work on stuff. Rain, snow, dust. Is it in you? Yeah, that would probably work. I think it's too big though. Let's find out. Yeah, that actually works. Let's get a few just filled in that are less controlled now that I have my rows and such. I do want to go back to that guy. Whoops, too much. Calm down. A little bit smaller, a little bit less opaque. Just so we have this ring. We don't want to lose our donut shape. Oh, I want donuts. I miss donuts, like real donuts, not the gluten-free ones. Actually, I have had gluten-free ones that were okay, but real donuts. Okay, let's see. Paul said, I've been feeling good with almost 3 weeks of daily exercise. Little achievements. Anyway, hi, Lisa. Hi. That is awesome. Congratulations. Almost spilled my tea. Okay. What's next? That was a nicely fast coral. Let's zoom out. Are you going to work? Because you're kind of far away now. Oh, you still work. Not actually balanced. Okay. Okay, let's see. Neo said, I miss junk food so much. Oh, me too. We got these gluten-free crackers. They're supposed to be more healthy, kind of, and they actually don't have that many calories. For a quarter of the box, it's like 140 calories. It's not bad. The problem is something about them, I eat the whole box. Like, it's gone. Just no more. I told my husband, like, do not buy these for me again. I can't, all self-control, gone. They're like Cheez-Its, but good. Like, really good. And I used to love Cheez-Its. They are so good. And no more of those for me for a long, like, except special occasions, because it's like I can't. I'm a horrible pig. Cannot control myself. What do we have here? Oh, I kind of like him. Let's add a red coral somewhere. Where should we add him? He's really red. I might have to tone him down a little. Maybe I should hold off. He might be a little too much. I need something softer to fill down here. I guess I could just throw in a bunch of mushrooms. I don't know. Got the anemone. I thought I saved a lot more coral than what I'm seeing. Like, didn't we go through last week and do this? I don't think I'm have the mental capacity right now to, oh, that's so pretty. I love that photo, to make decisions. Oh, here we go. You actually would work. Yeah, we'll probably do this one. That bright pink coral will work. Oops, that's not how you do that. Pay attention. Oh my gosh, I can't wake up. Where is it? I lost it. You guys are probably looking at this, the 3 of you who are watching right now, because this is not that exciting. It's right there. Wake up. Nope, this one. I like that pink coral. We'll just throw some of that at the bottom. Actually, this whole little section, instead of we can do that little fan coral. And then some of the pink, we can just start adding at the bottom now, I think. I'm not going to do that in orange, though. Or at least not that shade of orange. That is not a pretty orange. Let's see. How about a sand path and a shark in the background? Yeah, the shark. Actually, no. I think I'm doing dolphins or whales in this one. I don't think the shark will fit. But Yeah, the sand path would work. Would make my life a lot easier, honestly. But I think you just won everything. I do, but I kind of want this guy too. Let's put him in. I think what I'll do is leave this corner as it is. We're going to add this a little bit over here, and then I might turn this into sand, erase some of that background, and maybe that will be, I like it. Yeah, lots and lots of white spotty details, that's for sure. Let's see. That's nope. Stream health. I don't know, whatever. Okay, come back. Leisha said, oh, I missed the last hour due to work and shoddy internet, going to have to rewind. It's not very exciting tonight. I'm like half asleep, so it is not one of my better paying attention times. Let's see. Here we go. Let's get, actually, I need a new layer. See, I shouldn't even be allowed to play with art right now. I'm going to mess stuff up. Oh, I should save this though. Let's see, new layer, and this is going to be lines for pink, orange. I don't know. It's probably not going to be orange. If it's, well, not that shade. I just need something to draw. Which layer am I? And you're going to be behind that. That's the plan. I may change my mind. We'll see. Okay. So I'm going to zoom in a bit, not too much because I want to kind of balance this out before I start in with the details. So I'll just loosely map out about where I want that to be. Again, midway in the coral line. Yeah, I'm thinking so. Like we'll have sand. I think that was a good suggestion. NH Chicky suggested that, right? Yeah, a sand path, like just coming through here and fading into the background, just kind of break some of this up so that the sand fades out. I think that works instead of just the whole bottom row. And then I don't have to do a bunch more coral. Let's see, some poofy. And then we've got the sea fan, maybe a sea fan over here too. We'll kind of have you coming out from this. This just gives me my general shapes and sizes of where I want stuff. Actually, sea fan can come up here. And then this can just be more of the poof. Yeah, I think that's going to do it for me. Okay, that gives me my general shape, and that will finish the coral, and then we'll do the sand, and we can actually start on critters next time, hopefully. Dawn said, hi again, Lisa, great work, imagination. Chocolate donut with sprinkles, a large ice cream cone. Oh, yeah, yes, kind of looks that way too, huh? Okay, let's move you down. Let's use this as a base. I'm gonna go with that super dark color, and I'm just gonna draw right over those lines. Which brush do I have out? Whoops. Let's go with you. You're gonna need to be way larger. Actually, you all together need to be larger. Whoops. See, I shouldn't be allowed to play with stuff right now. I'm just gonna break all the things. Bigger. So I start with this base layer that's pretty dark so that when I go on top of the lights, this will poke through. Oh, that's my problem. It's not opaque all the way. Huh. See, I should not. I am definitely not painting tonight. I am not all here. Like, I mean, after the live stream. I need to do, I call it monkey work because I can do it half asleep type thing. Like tracing photos for coloring pages or coming up with my calendar schedule. Let's make you come down a little bit more. The great thing with this is one thing that I really like, actually a lot of things I like, but one of the things that's pretty cool when you're doing something with Photoshop like this, if I decided, wow, that coral's too big, I wish I made it smaller, I can actually just shrink it down. Like I don't even have to redo anything. So there are some definite bonuses that make things easier Okay, let's see if I can find a brush tool that would be similar to that coral. Actually, first I need a new layer before I forget. Layer, new layer. You're going to be, what did I name this? Pink. I have one already named Pink Poop. What did I name this one? Just whatever. You are not what I want. This one. Pink Orange, that's what it was. I said Pink Orange, but I'm probably going to do those other ones on another layer, so decisions. Okay, that will work though. You can come back over here so I can see what I'm doing. Please mention the hardware and software setup I'm using. It should be linked in the video description. I think I've got, if it's not linked there, I'm an idiot, which is entirely possible right now. It's Photoshop and a Wacom Tablet. I think they're listed there though. They should, well, the link for Photoshop should be. But maybe not. Okay, let's see. Now I'm wondering, did I put it in the description? I generally don't know. I need to fix that if I didn't. But not right now, I'd probably break stuff. Foliage brushes. I think that might give me, I just have to find the right one. Let's see if you look good. That could work for base, the texture. The problem is it has to be so big. Actually, that does work. Okay, I think we're going to need to go with that. Opacity is okay. I'm going to lighten it up a bit. It is not, it says it's opaque. It's not really showing up as much as I would like though. What am I doing wrong? I probably have something not on the right layer. Oh yeah, that just rechanged the name again though. Okay, there we go. I don't like that I can't see the layer I'm on easily, but maybe I can readjust this a bit so I can still see enough to paint it. There we go, that actually works. Let's see. Gypsy Heart said, do you find the Wacom remote worth the money? I've heard mixed reviews with a lot of the negative ones complaining about it desyncs often. So this, I don't know what other remotes they have. This is what mine looks like. I don't know if there are fancier versions. I did not get, the one thing I did not go with, so we'll talk, I'm half asleep, honestly. Let's just talk about the Wacom Tablet and digital painting for a bit while we wrap this up. I'm going to save this and I'm going to shrink it down so we can look at it. We're going to finish him next week because my brain is really mush right now. Like, wait, I say that every week. It is so much worse. That picture is crooked and it's kind of driving me crazy. It is worse right now than usual, which is impressive. Let's put you at 20. There we go. So we can see where we're at, that big red glob that is just globo ugly. Let's make you, no wait, you're actually good. Can I make the globo ugly not show up so our work looks prettier for now? There we go. Heck, I'm almost tempted to just leave that coral as it is. I kind of like it. We'll see. But let's talk then about the Wacom Tablet and what I do and don't like. So the 13-inch one that I got, that was the first one. I want to kind of see if I liked it, and it turns they're actually really, even the 13-inch was really expensive. I think I might have gotten on sale for like $900, something like it's pricey. So I got that one, and it's art related. I mean, it's for my business. So I got that one, and that one is touchscreen. I never use the touchscreen because it doesn't work more often than not. So a lot of the reviews saying that, they are not kidding. And now there are newer versions of the Wacom tablet, and the screens look way fancier and way nicer. Like the resolution's better than mine. Everything seems to look a little bit, you know, definitely upgraded. So maybe that changed. This is the older one, and the touchscreen, I'm like, why would I pay? And it was like a couple $100 extra. It was a lot more, maybe more than that, I don't remember, but it was a lot more to get the touchscreen feature. And everyone's like, you won't even use it. So like, yeah, it would be nice to zoom in and out, except you have to lock it constantly, or you're accidentally zooming in and out. That didn't make sense. The remote, the only thing that I use the remote for, I used to have it set to save. So one of the buttons used to be, I don't know if you can see the buttons that you've got on here. See on the lighting, these are your options on this one. So all those buttons can be key bound to some certain action. And I had mine so that it saved. I could just hit that one button for save. I had one button for undo, although I used, don't hit that. I have the undo button on my pen, so that was pointless. I didn't end up using that. And I have the one for zoom in and zoom out. The only ones that I use today are zoom in and zoom out. So for that reason, I really do like it, and I use it a lot when I'm working quickly or more seriously on something. But honestly, you could do it by hand. I'm not sure how much the remote costs. It came with mine. It wasn't like an extra cost. So the only thing that I've found to be super practical is that feature. I had set on this one, all those key bindings were bound to something. It got erased at some point. Like they're not there anymore. And I'm like, I'm not going to keep resetting this. I'd have to set it up again and then they'd be gone. So here, the only key bindings I even bother with are zoom in and zoom out. Like everything else, just fine. You want to delete yourself, fine. I only have to reset those two. I don't know why that happens. I don't know. I don't know. But that's been my experience with it. Like I said, mine came with it, and I do really like it for the zooming in and zooming out when I'm constantly moving quickly. When I'm really going, like you get into a bit of a flow. When you're going quickly, that is a very handy thing. And I'm sure that there are other things that would be handy on it, but that's been my experience with it. The pen, these are all the standard stuff it came with. One thing that I don't even know how you would work without it is the base. So my model, it didn't come with much in the way of a base that moves around. This one, I don't know if I can turn it so you guys can see. I've got a bunch of stuff behind it right now. Those are envelopes that need to be sent out, and a pound puppy. But anything else back there? This is my dirty little secret back there where I keep tossing stuff. But anyway, this lets you adjust it a lot. Like everything's going to fall out. Like all my packing materials back there from what I was working on earlier today. But this lets you make a lot of adjustments so I can tilt it in different ways. I mostly just keep it like this, but I'm not even sure, like if you didn't have that, this set, and this was like, I want to say it was like $500. It was, I forget what it was. It was a lot. Like the stand, it weighs a ton. Oh my gosh, the stand on this thing is, let's make it so you can't see my dirty behind the thing anymore. But the stand weighs a lot, like surprising a lot. It really is stable, which is really cool. And I can lay this more flat. There's a lot of ways that you can adjust this. I mean, this current adjustment, I just leave it here all the time, but I'm not even sure what way you set it up without that setup. And I don't know if newer ones come with that or not. I haven't researched the newer ones because I don't need to want something that I can't afford right now. So I'm not even going to look into them, but that is what I can tell you about this one, this being the older model. Let's see. Cavium said, I have Friday off from work, so I'll be able to join your live early. Spooky coincidence that it's part of the 13th and landing on a Friday. I noticed that when I made inevitably part 13 would land on a Friday. Like there was no way to avoid that because it was sooner or later, the 13th one would come up because that is a long project. God, I have 2 long projects back to back. After this one, we are taking a break and getting some acrylic giveaways going again. Once we finally finish this, the coral, I think, takes the longest. The dolphins or whales, whichever I go with, they don't actually take that long, and the fish are less. The coral just has so much little detail. They absolutely are the most time-consuming part of this. Gypsy here said, that's the one I'm looking at getting. It's the only one you can buy that's not built into the Cintiq. Huh. Weird. I didn't know, like, it's so odd because mine, it was all one thing. Like, it wasn't even an option not to get that when I bought mine. Weird. Or maybe that was just, I bought mine from B&H Photo, which I do recommend. But the weird thing was, though, when I bought it, they had a big notice on B&H that they took no returns back. And I contacted them like, well, this is, I think overall, the unit itself was something, I don't remember if it was 2,500 altogether or 25 and then the stand, but I mean, you were talking about a significant amount of money for one this large. So it was something I'd saved up for. It's something I really wanted as a part of my art business. I knew I would get the use out of, and it would, inevitably eventually pay for itself. But I looked into it, and I knew not to buy from Amazon for this specific device. B&H had it. God, there were a couple of places you could buy it from. B&H, and most of them had this. You could not return it. And I'm like, what do you mean you can't return it? What if it gets damaged in shipping? The shipping comes, trashed or whatever. Nope, you have to go through Wacom. But you can't buy directly from Wacom, or they didn't have them in stock. I think you couldn't buy. You had to go through one of their retailers. But if it came damaged, there was anything wrong with it, you have to deal with. It was very odd the way that setup was, but I have dealt with B&H for years. That is like where I buy all my electronics. Totally trust them. But that was there was a weird thing with the Wacom tablets and how that was handled. Luckily, nothing was wrong with mine. I had no issues, so there's that. But that is really weird. Let's see. Whoops, that just jumped. Wow, the remote is between $99 and $139. I don't know if I would pay that. I'm not sure. I don't know that it's necessary, because all I have to do is come down here with my mouse, grab my mouse really quick, and I can zoom in and hit enter, and I just zoomed out. And actually, this is going to be more precise. So, and I'm doing that with my mouse trackball. I know some people hate me for using this, or think I get made fun of when I used to play Warcraft regularly. The other raiders would make fun of me for it. I'm like, whatever, your butt's getting healed because of that mouse. So, I was a healer. So, this is probably more precise and faster, like just using your mouse to zoom in and out like that. This one, when I zoom in and out on the remote, it jumps. So we were 16% to 25%. Like the jump is really big. You may be able to change the settings so it's more sensitive. You probably can. But I don't know that I would pay an extra $100 to $130 just for that. That's just me. I am not a digital painting expert. Somebody who was an expert who knew like all the little cool tricks and stuff might find it to be super helpful. I'm not seeing it. Whoops, that just jumped. Come back. There. Oh, no, not that. Don't. But you just stop with the things. Thank you. Eo said we save our remote key settings to a file and we check for firmware updates regularly. Oh, okay. See, the firmware updates were what screwed stuff up with me. I don't do them at all. Not for this. And somebody's going to tell me why I'm wrong, and you're probably right, but I'm still not doing it. Susan said, I just finished my entry into a local art competition. My first ever. Now I'm nervous. Congratulations, though. Even if, let's say you're not accepted into it, you just took a huge step in making that effort. That is huge. That is awesome. And if you get in, even better. But that is really cool. Congratulations. Cat's Art Pick said, great live stream. Thank you. So soothing to watch you paint. Oh, thank you. Don Sherman said, thanks, Lisa, Nick, and Joseph. Sorry, guys. King Lisa comes first. Let's see. Gypsy Heart said, LOL, click and heal, no healing add-ons. The good old days for rating. Yeah, I had some add-ons, but they were still click and heal. Like it wasn't, I didn't use a bunch of macros. So I think my only macro was Stopcast. But yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed rating. I wouldn't do it again. That was like a full-time job. My gosh, that was a very time-consuming thing. But yeah, okay. So thank you guys so much for joining. I know this is getting old with the ongoing choral ones. Maybe we'll just have to take a break in the middle of these and go do a giveaway, an acrylic painting one coming up here, because this, I think, is going to burn people out from like, how many corals can you paint? But I wanted it to be super detailed, so when I give it away to you guys, it's something actually good and not something that I just half did. So anyway, thank you guys for joining. NH Chicky, you have made my life easier, because putting that sand in the bottom is definitely the way to go. The more I look at it, I'm like, yeah, I don't even know the coral I was just about to draw. I don't think I'm going to add it. I think this is fine. We're going to add the sand and start in with a fish next week. So yeah, you saw, it's funny because when you're sitting in front of it, for whatever reason, I didn't see it, but now that you say it, it's like, that makes perfect sense. That is what should be there, 100%. So thank you so much for that. Make sure to check out Nick and Joseph's channels. They have been moderating for us and keeping out any of the trolls. Their links are in the video description. Joseph even live streams once a week. You are Tuesday this week, right? Usually it's Monday. Definitely check those out. It's usually a lot of the same people in our group chatting, or in his group chatting, which is fun. So yeah, Let's see. Yeah, and, Joseph said this is an excellent lesson in art taking more time than people think it does. You are absolutely right. And there is a way to do this. I mean, if I were to do this in acrylic, I would have gotten each of these corals painted a lot faster. Which is funny because you think, well, digital's faster. It's which one I have more practice in. So this, I am slower. I'm getting better. If you've noticed from week by week, I'm picking up on remembering where everything is and how to do this. But yeah, it's definitely time consuming. Anyway, thank you guys for joining. I have all the links to social media. That's where I was going with that. Like, the links to what? Where are you going with that, Lisa? They are listed in the video description. Anything else? I think that's it. I'll see you Friday. Hopefully I will not be as exhausted. I probably will, because I have so much work to get done. Like, I am getting so much done for Patreon stuff, and I've got to update. I've got plans. I have so much stuff to do, so much content for YouTube coming up here, like actual edited videos. I will see you guys tomorrow. That's the next thing. There's a good video coming out tomorrow. I'll see you then for that. Bye. I don't even know where the windows are to end this. They're gone. Bye.